Hello you guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Mary Margaret, and today we are doing a what I eat in a day in the third trimester. Starting off in my PJs because we're gonna go ahead and make some breakfast. It's so crazy because I remember getting sent these pajamas early on in the first trimester, and when I tried them on, I obviously didn't really have that much of a bump. Now that we are almost 33 weeks pregnant, the bump is definitely out, so these pajamas have been through it with me, and of course I'm gonna get some use out of them postpartum as well. They're so comfy. They're from Z Supply. Pretty sure my code is still active with them. It's ZS-Mary15. For breakfast, I kind of rotate through a few different things because I get bored pretty easily, especially with gestational diabetes. I'm a little bit more limited on what I can eat these days. I don't know if I've shared that here on YouTube, but people over on my TikTok obviously know because I post a lot about it on there. But I did end up failing the 3-hour glucose test. My dad has diabetes and my sister had gestational diabetes, so my doctors did warn me that it was a little bit more likely that I would probably get it as well. We've been figuring that out the last few weeks. We only have a few more weeks to go, so it's really not the end of the world, but it has been a little bit of an adjustment, just trying to figure out what works for me. I meant to include an update on that in my pregnancy Q&A. I'll go ahead and link that up here in one of these corners. When I was editing, I realized I forgot to touch on it because no one had asked when I put up the question box, but I did end up getting diagnosed with it. So I keep all of my little essentials in this pouch so that I can stay organized. But basically I have to prick my finger at least 4 times a day. So right when I wake up, like even before I get out of bed, I have to check my fasting blood sugar level, and then also 2 hours after every single meal that I eat. So after breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I don't really track it after snacks unless I know I'm gonna have a big enough gap between my next meal, because I do have to wait the 2 hours. I'm just choosing to eat low carb, low sugar snacks, stuff that I know isn't going to spike it. They did give me a little pamphlet with a bunch of information on the recommended amount of carbs and sugars for each meal and snacks and stuff like that. So I've been trying to follow that as closely as possible. I have found that going on walks after or drinking a lot of water, things like that can also help to regulate it and bring it down. So if I do know that I'm eating a bun with a meal or something that might tend to spike it, as long as I can go for a walk or something after, that usually helps to bring it back down. But here's my little glucose monitor machine. I will pick up my camera the next time I have to prick it. I just did it because I just got up, so I did my fasting level. And then I have all of my little cartridges that go into this little device, and this is what I use to poke my finger. It's not bad. Obviously it's not fun, but I've definitely gotten used to it now that I do it so often. And then I have a little spreadsheet where I've been logging my numbers that I have to bring into my appointments. But then I'm also logging in my notes app on my phone, because the log that they gave me is strictly just for number reporting, but in my phone I'm making note of what I ate before I took that level, so that I'm able to look back on it and be okay, this specific thing now I know triggers me, whereas this I know doesn't. So it's been kind of nice having that to look back on. That's enough rambling about that. We're gonna go ahead and get on into breakfast. Like I was saying, I try and switch it up every day to make it a little bit more fun. So I kind of go between a protein smoothie. I also love doing sourdough toast with peanut butter and strawberry slices, and then scrambled eggs. That was a go-to breakfast even pre-pregnancy, and thankfully the sourdough doesn't spike me, so I've been able to continue eating that. The protein smoothie is a new addition. And then for cereal, I was a big cereal eater before I got diagnosed with gestational diabetes, and I was just eating classic kids cereals like Cocoa Puffs, Frosted Flakes, very sugary options. But I've now switched over to Cascadian Farm. This is what it looks like. This is their Cinnamon Crunch flavor, so it's trying to recreate Cinnamon Toast Crunch, which that was one of my favorites. I think they also have like a chocolate version as well if you're more of a chocolate person, but this has definitely been a go-to. It tastes honestly very similar. I barely noticed a difference, which was very important to me because I know there's also Catalina Crunch is another like healthier alternative, and that one personally is not good to me. I feel like it tastes like cardboard. The little squares are like so thick and bland, but this actually has like the same consistency and flavor for the most part. So definitely recommend if you're looking to swap up your cereal for one that's like a little bit better. So I had this yesterday, so we're gonna pass on this today. I think we're gonna go the scrambled eggs and sourdough toast route today. Yesterday I also had a protein smoothie with breakfast, but I am going to a workout class later, and I think I'm going to save my smoothie for right before I go. I can drink it on the way, and I'll show you guys what I put in that. Here is how it turned out. I did 2 scrambled eggs. We have sourdough toast. I think this is just from the Publix brand, but obviously like a local fresh baked one would probably be better. For peanut butter, I use Smucker's. Their ingredients are super simple. It's just peanuts and salt, which I love, and then strawberries on top. And this is going to be breakfast. Noah's on a call right now, so I came into our room to do my glucose test because I wanted to show you guys. So this is like the little reader piece that goes into the actual glucose monitor machine, and then I just take off the cap to this. I don't think it's focusing, but I have to put in a new little like needle cartridge into the finger pricker. I had to watch an entire YouTube tutorial on how to do this. I pull it down and that like puts it into place, and that lets me know it's ready to go. And then once I stick this in here, there's like a little menu that pops up. I just click OK, and then it is ready to go. I've been doing my left hand, but I feel like I need to start switching to my right since I'm always doing this one. I'm just right-handed, so this one's definitely a lot easier. And sometimes I have to prick it multiple times because not enough blood will come up, and then if you don't have enough to put it in here, it says error and you have to like go through the process again. So sometimes it just takes a minute, but 1, 2, 3. It doesn't hurt, but it doesn't feel good by any means. And then you put it right into this reader. It gives a little countdown until it's ready. And we're at 104, which is good. They want my fasting levels to be below 95, so like right when I wake up. And then 2 hours after I eat, they want it under 120. So 104 is not bad. That's pretty much how it goes. I have to do that at least 4 times a day, like I mentioned earlier. So it's definitely a little bit of like a process and a change that I've had to learn how to adapt to, but that's the reality of gestational diabetes and the remainder of this pregnancy. So I wanted to give you guys a little update and insight on what I've been doing every day. I thought I was gonna have time to do my smoothie before class, but I'm running a little bit behind, so I'll make it when I get back with the rest of my lunch. But I did need some little snack for the workout class, so I'm snacking on these Simple Mills almond flour cookies. They're the chocolate chip. These are so good. I love any sort of like little sweet treat like this, and the carbs and sugars are pretty low for what you get for this. So if you're looking for like a good, healthier snack alternative, I definitely recommend checking them out. I know they also have other good little like, I think they have like graham cracker little squares that I want to try as well. They have lemon flavored ones too. So next time I'm at the store, I'm gonna try and grab a few more snacks from them because I actually really like this brand. We're home and it is definitely time for lunch. I know I showed you guys the little like cookies right before I left, but I've also been using hydration packets. I'm gonna grab them. Y'all know how picky I am, but I actually really like these from Waterboy. This is not sponsored. I just really like their daily hydration packets. They also have some for weekend recovery and workouts. although I wasn't doing like a HIIT workout or anything too intense. So I stuck with the daily hydration. This one they have a strawberry lemonade or watermelon. The strawberry lemonade is definitely my favorite, but the watermelon's also really good. When I walked in the door, they have smelled so good. We have the crock pot sitting behind me, which I feel like is so funny because growing up, everyone's like, oh, the crock pot, like this is the worst. Like you get home from school and you see the crock pot out and you're like, no. But really make a good crock pot chicken. And when I say we, I mean Noah. Noah's the one who got this going. We just put in a pack of chicken breast and he does a little bit of seasoning. We put it on like a low or medium heat and usually let it cook all day depending on like how much time it's gonna be sitting. And then once it's fully cooked through, you pull it all apart to shred it and then we let it sit a little bit longer. So this is all ready to go. I usually like to eat this with chips and guac. These are our favorite chips. They're like very simple ingredients and just a little bit better than the other brands. And then for our guac, Noah started mashing it up and we realized they're like rock hard. So not very guac-y, but it'll have to do. I'm still probably just gonna put some on chips with the chicken to have a little bit of extra flavor and some greens. And then I also wanna go ahead and show my smoothie recipe. I don't know if I mentioned, but I'm really trying to prioritize lots of protein during these last few weeks. I feel like in the past, I was good about getting protein. I would eat eggs for breakfast and like, I love chicken, so we would have chicken a lot for dinner. But my doctor told me how important it is during this last stretch. So Noah's helping me stay on top of it. I'm really trying to prioritize having some sort of protein with each meal throughout the day. So for breakfast, we already had eggs, we had peanut butter on our toast. And then right now we're about to have some chicken and then I'm gonna do a protein smoothie. I've pretty much been making this every single day. I've already shared this recipe over on my TikTok. So if you follow me there, then you probably are familiar with it. But I know not all of you guys here on YouTube are on TikTok. So I definitely wanted to share it with you guys as well. We have the mini Ninja blender, which is really nice for just like a quick one serving smoothie. But personally, I really like my smoothies to be extra thick, almost like a more smoothie bowl consistency. So I've been grabbing for our NutriBullet instead. I just feel like it gets the job done a little bit better. So we're gonna start off. This is the protein powder that I've been using. It's the chocolate flavor from Just Ingredients. Then I've also been adding in collagen, but we're gonna go ahead and do the frozen fruits first. Starting off with frozen banana. I swear having frozen banana gives you that thick consistency base. If you ever have bananas on hand and you didn't have time to eat them before they go bad, if you're not gonna use them to make banana bread, always peel them and freeze them so that you can use them for your smoothie. Next up, we've got strawberries and blueberries. We've been going through frozen fruits so much. We really just need to get like a Sam's or Costco membership. I just wish they were a little bit closer so that we could get bulk quantities of like the things that we use the most. And then 1 scoop of the protein powder. Even though it's chocolate flavored, it does have a little bit of a coconut scent. I personally don't like coconut a ton, but you can't really taste it once it's blended. I think I also help mask it because I love to add peanut butter. This is one of my favorite parts. And then last up for the liquid, in the past, I would typically just use water, but since I'm trying to get an extra protein, I've been using whole milk. I would show you the carton, but the bottom of it was leaking. So we had to pour all of our fresh whole milk into water bottles, and that's how we're storing it in the fridge while we use it. Hopefully that should be enough. We can always add more if needed. Do a taste test. So good. They always come out a little bit different each time because I don't really measure anything. I just kind of eyeball all of the ingredients, doing the same things every time, just not the exact specific amount. So this is like the perfect consistency. Not too thick to where I'm not gonna be able to get it out of the straw, but also not too liquidy. And it looks like there's enough left over for Noah to have some too. I wish you guys could taste this. If you would have told me a year ago that I would be obsessed with a protein smoothie, I would probably think you're crazy, but now I literally crave this every single day. So good. I also wish you guys could smell this. My mouth is watering right now. I'm just gonna go ahead and put some in a bowl. And this is really nice because it makes so much that we're gonna be able to have leftovers and we can eat this tomorrow for lunch, tomorrow for dinner. You can make a chicken taco. I feel like there's so many different meals that you're able to use all from this one base. We have the guac, which is basically just avocado, shredded chicken, chips, protein smoothie, and electrolyte water. My little lunch setup, and I'm so happy about it. I like to just get avocado on the chip and then put some chicken right on top. It's just so good and easy. And it's honestly what I've been getting when we go out to eat at any Mexican restaurant, since I'm a little bit more limited on what I can eat these days. We usually order chips and guac anyway, so we'll get that as our appetizer. And then for my meal, I just order a side of chicken and make my own little concoction. Baby is moving so much these days, but especially when I'm eating a meal or like anything sweet. So this smoothie, like every time I take a sip, she makes really big movements and kicks, and it makes me so happy. I can't believe she will be here next month. I'm just so excited to like see her personality and everything like that. And I'm so picky. Noah likes literally anything he eats, so I'm really curious to see whose taste buds she's gonna get. I'm hoping his. I'm eating right now, it's 2:20, so I need to go ahead and make a note in my app so that I can track my glucose levels in 2 hours. If you guys have any good lunch recommendations, low carb, low sugar, preferably for gestational diabetes, please comment them down below because I feel like my options are running slim. It is now dinner time, if you can't hear from the sound behind me. Noah is cooking tilapia fish in the pan. We're gonna do fish tacos for dinner. I love seafood, so we've been trying to incorporate some more fish. It's another good source of protein, so we're doing that tonight. Usually we would do like fresh fish that my dad caught. He usually gives us frozen bags when we head back from Louisiana, but I think we used it all, so we just got some from Publix. We'll see how it is. Noah is the chef of the house, so he's cooking that. We're gonna do tortillas, cheese. We have been doing a lot of our meals with rice as a side and then cucumber slices. Like if we're gonna do chicken, we've already done it with fish, we've done it with shrimp, but I'm getting a little bit tired of having rice as my side. Y'all know I'm picky, so my side options are pretty limited. So tonight we're doing fish tacos instead, and I'm very excited. Also, I feel like my energy levels have just like plummeted. I don't know if it was the workout class or what, but that probably has a little bit to do with it. But I feel like the last few days, once 3 p.m. hits, I kind of just hit like a wall of exhaustion, which I've heard is normal in the 3rd trimester. It's obviously super common in the 1st trimester to have like fatigue and stuff. And I think it is just returning right now as we get closer to the end. So I feel like after I eat, I'm probably gonna shower and just like do like a good everything shower, some self-care, do my belly oils, lotions, birth ball stretches, and then get in bed and try and have an early night. I got 8 hours of sleep last night, so I feel like I shouldn't be tired, but it's catching up to me. For seasoning, I feel like we keep it pretty simple. This is pretty much what we use on like everything, grilled chicken or fish, shrimp. This is even what I put on my scrambled eggs this morning. I don't know if this is just a Louisiana thing or if it's common for other people to use it too, but it's Tony Stashery's like original Creole seasoning. It's like it's just the perfect blend of like a little bit of seasoning without being too much. We've got tortillas, cheese, and then we love adding this for like a little bit of a crunch and some extra greens. It's just a sweet kale, little like mini chop kit. We like to sprinkle that on top. Here is how they turned out. What does this guy want? I'm still craving something a little bit sweet, so I'm gonna snack on these cherries. I can't have too many. Cherries and pineapple, apples and bananas are usually like higher sugar fruit options, so I try and stay away from them or just like eat half of the amount I normally would. But berries are a really good option, so strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, blackberries. I can have a bunch of those, and watermelon. We went through a watermelon so fast over the last few days, so we need to grab another one, but these are like one of my favorite fruits to eat in the summer. For dessert, my main choice recently has been true fruit. I think the raspberries are the best, but the strawberries are also really good. And I think I can have like 4 of these. I've also seen a lot of people post about these, the Yasso bars. I've tried them before, they're pretty good. It's frozen Greek yogurt, and we have the cookies and cream flavor. It has 5 grams of protein. I know there's like other stuff in it too, but at least these are 2 options that are like still somewhat normal and they don't taste like super healthy. I eat these all the time pre-pregnancy as well, so it still feels like familiar. We're gonna go with these tonight. They're also dark chocolate. I feel like that makes them even better. The strawberry ones are usually milk chocolate. Also, last thing is when he was at the store, he grabbed these Barbells protein bar. It's the chocolate dough flavor. It has 20 grams of protein with no added sugar. He already had one and he said it tasted like Snickers and cookie dough, so we'll see. I'll probably have one of these tomorrow. That pretty much wraps up today's video. I hope that gave you guys some inspo if you have also been looking for some gestational diabetes pregnancy meals. If you guys have any recommendations or things that y'all think I should try, definitely comment them down below. Always open to suggestions and needing some new ideas for meals these last few weeks. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you made it all the way to this point, definitely give it a big thumbs up and make sure to subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you guys in the next one.